Haha. TikTok Insanity. That's what we're discussing tonight. TikTok Insanity. Why? So, a year ago, I did a video on TikTok. And it was really, I have 2 teenagers, 1 almost teenager. And what's super interesting is a year ago, so many people were like, what the hell is TikTok? I was like, I don't know either. I mean, you've heard about it. Well, now I think most everybody knows what TikTok is, mainly because TikTok is the devil. We've had this like lick. Oh, great. Now here comes my 15-year-old. Lick challenge. And then.
Hello.
You don't have TikTok, do you?
No.
Where's your phone?
It's downstairs.
Well, go get it. Bring it to me.
No, I'm gonna eat. But I don't have TikTok.
Well, I know you don't have TikTok. Or you didn't the last time I checked. And you know how you can check to see? You know how you can check to see if somebody has TikTok? It's sneaky. You can get in their phone and you go to the App Store and you click TikTok. If they have it, it'll pop right up. If they don't, it doesn't. You don't have TikTok, do you?
No. Have you seen TikTok?
No, I haven't.
You must be showing them the 3 than you take.
The problem with TikTok is it's dangerous.
TikTok.
And it is, oh, new subscriber.
Shoot, I thought I saw him.
Subscribers. Thomas, do you have TikTok?
What's that?
What? TikTok, social media, TikTok.
Adrian, you got that on the crock pot. I'm trying to eat dinner.
I have the video set up on the crock pot because I need proper height. There's spaghetti sauce in there.
Yeah.
There's a nationwide TikTok shoot up your school challenge for tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah. So everyone is going bananas. Sheriffs, school districts, you know, this isn't a real threat. We know we're not worried about it. Some schools are closing. Most are not, at least not in North Carolina. Got a message today. An email went out from not the superintendent of North Carolina schools, which is a little bit odd to me, but just some, you know, deputy superintendent. Because I guess there's a little bit of like, we don't want to fuel the fire on social media, but at the same point, we want to acknowledge what's happening. And I'll tell you what I say what's happening. If you say that there is going to be a shooting at your school or your child puts that up there, you might as well go ahead and kick their ass because there ain't no room for that. That's about like going into an airport and yelling, bomb. You can't do that. It's not funny. It's not a joke. It's not nothing. So talk to your children and monitor what they're doing. And TikTok, I will tell you that I have seen, basically I'm like a drug sniffing dog on TikTok. If you go on TikTok, you will see children, whether they're your own children or your children's friends, being inappropriate. TikTok is inappropriate. And you don't have to have a TikTok account to look at TikTok. And this friend of mine that I went to high school with, she took her son to a college interview. This is maybe 2 years ago. And as they were walking into the interview, get this, the counselor said, I'm going to use my nice china to indicate this. She handed him a note card and she said, please write down all your social media accounts and give this back to me. So you are basically encountering the honor code before you've ever got to a college. So you have a child and your child, he's so smart and he's a good athlete. He is so good at basketball. And you think he's going to be valedictorian because you're in a school system that still has valedictorians. And it's going to be wonderful. And he's going in there for the Moorhead Scholarship interview at Chapel Hill. It's going to be awesome. He's going to get the Moorhead. He's going to go to college for free. He can walk around the rest of his life. If you're in North Carolina and you use the 2 words Morehead Scholar, every door opens to you. Every single one. Not one door closes. And they go on there and they find you in a TikTok video. Maybe you didn't even make the video, but you're tagged in it. Your little ass is dancing in there using the N word or whatever you think is cute. And you know what happens to your scholarship at Chapel Hill? Goodbye, scholarship. It's gone. It's not a joke. Separate from this fake school shooting business. But be aware, TikTok is so interesting because unlike Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram, on TikTok, if I go to your child's TikTok right now, and you've got an 8-year-old girl and she's cute, well, she dances in a room on TikTok. I can save that video to my own phone, and then later you're like, oh, TikTok is inappropriate. Or maybe your teenager put up some racist rant and he goes to private school in Raleigh and it seemed cute at the time. Maybe it's on Snapchat. Well, now it's saved forever. Forever. No more TikTok. No more Snapchat. No more college. It's not a joke. So to me, the real issue is social media usage. Of course, my children all like flee the kitchen and my husband's clueless. So we're probably the model family of what not to do. But it's really not a joke. And tomorrow, this kind of whole shoot up your school challenge, the problem is, and I had a woman last week, Dr. Amy James, on my blog talking about school threats and what threats are real, what threats are not real. And after the Oxford shooting, within 2 weeks, threats are way up. A school 30 minutes down the road from me, a child got on a school bus with an AR-15. True story. In Raleigh at Broughton High School, there were several guns at school this past week. If you have guns, please make sure they're locked. In North Carolina, it is the law that your children cannot access guns. And I realize a lot of your children have guns. My children duck hunt. Great. But do they have access to a gun in this moment, in this house? No, they are locked in a gun safe and they do not have the code. So one way you could make a lot of people feel better is saying, you know what? No one has access to a gun in my house because when we look at these school shooters, Oxford, his parents buy him a handgun. Or Sandy Hook, which was 9 years yesterday, where a bunch of tiny little kids were massacred. The mother, who he was killed with a gun, bought her son some guns because that was what he enjoyed doing. No, 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 we don't enjoy killing animals and we don't give children access to guns. No, no. And don't say it's not going to be my child, it's not this, my kid done this. Never say never. Never say never. Do I think my children are perfect? No. Would I absolutely obliterate them if they made some faux threat? Yeah, I would. And they're not going to do that. Stop. Cat's tearing up the furniture. Anyway, that's enough about that. There is no real threat for tomorrow. It's a rumor that's spread and gotten out of control. Talk to your children about when they see a threat, what can they do? My superintendent sent out a message last week. It's called See Something, Say Something. It's an anonymous reporting app. Lisa, I think you send your kids to school tomorrow. I think you say this is not a credible threat, and you're talking to your children. Whenever there is a school shooter, they begin planning 3 to 6 months in advance. They might be taking pictures of exits in their school. They might be pulling a fire alarm to see what people are doing. Usually these shootings happen in crowded areas. The planning, 100% of school shooters have done serious planning. They don't just throw something up on social media. When you start planning, you become a school shooter. So just be really aware. And these kids are using social media to say, I'm gonna do this. So if your child sees that on social media, have them tell you about it. If you see it, use the app. Call your principal, call your superintendent. Don't be the person that keeps your kid home because you hear that, well, like in Oxford, one mother was like, well, he heard there was going to be a shooting, so I let him stay home. Don't be that person. If I really felt, if my child said to me, there's going to be a shooting tomorrow, this is why I think that, do I just keep my child home, or do I get out fucking outside with a bullhorn and say, no one's going to school tomorrow, I see a threat, and call every person you know to tell about it? This is serious business. This is not something, if you see this on Instagram, you report it. You report it, and you say to your kids, no, this is not funny, it's not a joke, we take this seriously. Do you mean the Oxford shooting? Yes. I mean, that was on his Instagram. See you tomorrow, Oxford. Had 173 followers that saw that post. See you tomorrow, Oxford. See you tomorrow. Guns are not the problem. But guns can be the problem. I think buying your child a handgun is a problem, personally, because the shooting happened 4 days after he got it for his Christmas present. Could you steal a gun? Yes, but as a parent, you want to look back and say, you know what, I did everything I could to prevent this. And in Oxford, the parents aren't going to be able to do that, which is why their asses are sitting in prison. And here they've hired themselves some fancy attorney, while taxpayers are going to pay for the attorney for their son, who ruined the lives of 4 families. 4 families will not have their teenagers at Christmas this year. They're not going to be in the kitchen, messing it up, throwing garlic bread at each other, not going to be applying to colleges, all because nobody said anything. Don't be that freaking person. Don't let your children sit in their room on social media for all hours on end. Get on there. I have the passwords to their social media accounts. Could they have fake accounts? Yes. But you can say, Adrienne, have you done your best? And I'll say, yeah, I really have. Do my children eat Fruit Loops and carbs and, Food Lion garlic bread? Yes, they do. But I'm trying really hard to raise good humans. That's all we can do, people. All we can do.